Everybody, this is Tony, and I just want to make a quick video on how you can get a Squarespace site set up if you're a realtor, architect, interior designer, somebody who's a builder of design. You want it to look good online. We don't need super complicated websites, but we do need something that looks good. So I've already kind of started the new Squarespace process, so I'm just going to cut right to it. But I'll show you, once you create a new site, it'll tell you right here, set up your website, personalize your site, header and logo, customize your brand style, and modify your SEO for search. So all of these things are important. Start selling your physical products. Boy, I don't think we're there yet. Let's forget about that one. So Squarespace, the thing that I like about them is they have great support. And that's one of the reasons why I moved to Squarespace. I did my own website and client websites for years on WordPress. And the one thing that I didn't like when I was handing over a WordPress website to one of my clients was knowing that they probably wouldn't be able to update it themselves. They would have to call me, or they'd have to call one of my buddies who either were programmers or they had software companies that could work on WordPress. But Squarespace is very intuitive. And so you kind of can easily get in there and start to personalize your site. So let's just, I suppose, let's get out of right here and let's get into the main editing of the page. So something's not working. Site title. Boy, no one's going to watch this video. Okay, we're back up and running. There was like a little bit of a lag. So let's just get in here. The way Squarespace works is if you have an element, you highlight it, and then you see a little pencil. That means you can go ahead and edit whatever is selected. Jim, the realtor. I mean, you could put Jim Smith if you want, but this is just a quick walkthrough. I'm not going to worry about that. Anything else right now, except for the basics. I just kind of want to walk you through some of the things that the back end looks like, because it's really easy to navigate. Okay, so this is basically the page so far. I can click over here in the top hand right, and you can see the only thing that's there is Jim the realtor's name, and that's fine. But I will start to make some changes. So let's there's the home page. So let's edit this bad boy. I'm going to add a section, and boom, right here they have tons of templates that you can start off with. I'm just going to randomly choose maybe people, and you can kind of see that it gives you different layouts here if you have some pictures ready of people or whatever. Now, maybe I don't want to do it. Let's start off with the about page, right? So I am going to pick this one right here. See, it populates in there real nicely. I'm going to end up doing a ton of these videos, but it is kind of like most word processors. When you get in there and you start to make some changes, you can always hit Command Z and undo them. So buy or sell with Jim. So you can see that simply the way you lay things out is just like any other processor. You see that? The thing I like about Squarespace is it keeps people from getting into too much trouble, so you can see it kind of works here with your initial copy that you're putting in there. It's only going to give you this space where you see those little squares all over, right? You could go down here, you could go up there. Let's just put it right there for now, right? And then over here, here's an image. It is a cool image, but it's not really much for real estate. So let's replace this. And I'm going to go into my secret little stash of images because I got a lot of them. So let's go to my G drive. Gosh, everything is running so slow today. Downloads. There's a good real estate image. Let's pop that in there. So you just click on it, make sure it's optimized, make sure it's high res, and look at voila. So I think that looks pretty good. There's a design tab that will allow you to make some tweaks. You can put an image effect on there. I usually don't do this kind of stuff. I like to keep it simple and minimal. So let's not mess with that. But here's something that you might like, shapes. You can change those shapes. You can do 2 to 3 or 3 to 2. Say we want to make it kind of funky like that. Nah, I don't like that. So 2 to 3, 1 to 1. Now let's just take those shapes off of there. So you can see there's always like little boxes, dialog boxes that you can get into and make your tweaks. So we don't want to have any effects and even on the shapes. So I'm going to have to undo this. So we want 1 to 1, 2 to 3, 3 to 2. How do we take that shape off of there? Where is that sucker at? We can turn on that light box for sure. And we could stretch it. Oh, there we go. Fill. Fit. Fill. Yeah, let's keep it at fill. So moving forward, we have the image in there. We have some copy right here. Buy or sell with Jim. Maybe we want to bring this up there. See how everything just kind of clicks into place. And, now they have Squarespace AI. So if you have some copy that you put in there, you can quickly simplify it. We're going to simplify what Squarespace actually populated in there. And I don't want to get into a lot of copy, but it is kind of built right in for you. So let's move on to the footer, add a section. And, right here is where you connect your social media. Maybe if you want to have your hours there and your address and your phone number. So I know this is just something super simple right now, and I do want to expand on it more later. But take a look at this. Wow. That is a simple, horrible looking, but simple and done. And if you give it some more time, you can make it look better. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but I did it in like 8 minutes. So you figure if you can put a little bit of time into these Squarespace websites for realtors, designers, builders, design-minded folks, you can kind of tweak it the way that you like and come up with something very high quality. So thanks for joining me. Follow for more. Talk to you later. Have a great day.